We're preparing the reinforcement for the pads. We've got 10 pads of concrete, reinforced concrete, that we have to make. They're about 4 metres by 3.25 by 600 deep, with a lot of bars in them. So the bars come to us in these straight lengths from infra-build, and then we have to make the mats, and then we place one mat over the other to make the cage, which is the reinforcement for the total pad. 1/2 ton of reinforcement in each pad. So, and then underneath you can see the elements of the formwork that we're going to use to make the boxes to pour the concrete in for the pads. So we're going to build 10 pads. That formwork is being used as stands just to help us fix the reinforcement, but they've been made so they bolt together. So when we've prepared the pit, the base of the pit, we're going to assemble the formwork and place the cages inside, and then we're going to pour concrete inside it. And then when the pads are done, you can see the bars projecting out from the ends down the centre. They form the start of the spine beams that link the pads together. So having done 10 pads, we then have to do the intermediate strip footings, which are 900 wide by 600 deep, with a lot of bars in them, and we pour them in sections joining up the pads. So you'll see that they've set up a beautiful jig here. These are simply to provide the guides for the bars. They're not permanent, but they help with all the set out. They've marked every position, they line them up, it's all square and true. So that makes it very simple to lay the bars down according to the plan. Then they lay them the other way. Then you have to twitch with wire, join each intersection or every second intersection, and tie it together, so that then it can be picked up with the forklift and moved around. And eventually, this mat over here, this is the bottom face reinforcement. This one over here is the top. It's got the cog bars on it. So this one is simply being set up right now, but that ends up on top of this 500 mil apart. We've had a slight delay with the pit construction because the base of the pit was not as strong as all our preliminary investigations had indicated. And of course the foundations, the pads and the strips, and you've seen the reinforcement being prepared for that, they have to sit on this base and they have to have a certain strength. So the brick bat, it was stored here, dumped here, and then they've put it into the pit, spread it out in its layers and rolled it. And we've done a section, probably about half the pit yesterday. Thanks to Bud Avcol, we're nearly at the end of it, and we'll be able to place our reinforcement down and the formwork and start to pour concrete.
The sides of the walls of the pit, they're also going to be concrete lined with like steps in them, is that correct?
Yeah, they're going to be stepped like a traditional graving dock, you know, traditional construction. We haven't decided yet whether that will be solid concrete or blockwork on a footing.
So we're making good headway in the last week or the last couple of days?
Great headway, yeah.